Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to your fourth and final fan-requested Friday matchup of the week. Kevin Levrone from 2003, Olympia, of course, versus 2016, both Olympia. This is his last time on the Olympia stage. In 2003, he retired, and then he came out of retirement in 2016, placed very low, but I mean, with all due respect, he made a pretty decent showing of himself considering his age. I mean, he was 50 plus years old. So anyway, guys, I really do like this comparison. Unfortunately, the picture quality of 2003 Kevin Levrone, there's not all of the poses, and it's pretty confusing, really, considering he was Kevin Levrone, placing, I believe, second the year before. But anyway, guys, we do have a few poses, including this one. The legs, Kevin Levrone, the first thing I notice is the legs. Well, maybe the abs, the first thing that I notice. But you scan the physique, and definitely the limbs. Well, the lower limbs, that is. The arms, close to being the same. I don't think he's flexed up as good. Definitely in the midsection, though, you can see. In the V-taper, much better for 2003. And keep in mind, guys, 2003, he had already scaled way back from 2002. 2002, he was still, prime time Kevin Levrone. Here's the front lat spread, and unfortunately, it's tilted a little bit thusly for 2003, so you can't really gauge. But from what you can see, his lats a whole lot bigger for sure. I mean, the legs, they look a little smooth, to tell you the truth. A little too smooth, monsoon. For 2003, might not be flexing. You know what? I honestly think he just went out there and, I mean, he trained, of course, but I think he went out there, he wanted to have fun at the 2003 Olympia. I think he knew it was going to be his last one. He never competed in 2004. Either way, it's an easy pick, guys. 2003, much better. Now, turn to the side, and this one here, guys. Smaller, yes. Or 2016. He is smaller when you look at the size of the pecs, the arms, but look at the vascularity, the thin skin conditioning. 2016, Kevin Levrone maybe even better in that aspect. Of course, when you scale back, you pan back, and look at the size of the delts and the chest, 2003, just a monster compared. But still, guys, that conditioning, when you take the legs out of the equation and the V-taper, wow. Kudos to 2016. Turn around for the only back comparison we have, unfortunately. 2003, the footage was terrible. The cameraman, or whoever was in charge of switching up the cameras, every time he would go to hit a shot, they would move the camera right to the side. Pretty much useless as far as judging a physique. I mean, and using a screenshot, you're not going to be able to tell conditioning or lack thereof. And you can almost see some glutes, maybe, for 2003, but I heard that Kevin Levrone, definitely was not himself in 2003. Not a prime time Kevin Levrone. Vascularity, he looks pretty good in that aspect, 2016, but still small in the legs and maybe lacking some lower lat insertions. Pretty good pose, though, for Kevin Levrone, considering he was 52, I think, 51, 52. Turn back around for the ab and thigh, and this is a huge difference here, guys, because this is all V-taper lats. Look at the lats. The lats are twice as big, 2003, and, of course, the legs. I mean, he had a decent-sized quad. Not the biggest on stage, but he had a decent-sized quad. 2003, even bigger 2002. Judging by the abs, he's actually pretty close in that aspect. You could catch him releasing the abs a lot in 2016, but I mean, in this pose, not too shabby. But of course, guys, all these victories are going to 2003. This here, I figured because lack of side tricep, lack of rear double bi, I'd throw this one in. It's a single arm bicep, hand on hip, and it's not really taken at the same angle, really, so hard to gauge, hard to judge. Bicep, His bicep looks bigger, does it not? 2016? Could be. But judging by the delts, the chest, he's almost right there with the former Kevin Levrone. Everything else, not anywhere near. The legs, no, not the lats. The back, I don't think so. But delts, chest, he was Kevin Levrone. And biceps, maybe even better. Let us finish this one off with a most muscular. And like I said, guys, I do like this comparison. It would have been, it's a darn shame that we didn't have all the poses and good clear pictures from 2003. I would have really liked that. But hey, it is what it is. And judging by the upper body, like I said, in this pose, basically all upper body, the arms, the delts, the chest, 2003 guy, or 2016 guys, he looks pretty darn good. Vascularity, he looks like he's in better condition in that aspect. But of course, the overall physique we've seen from the other poses, he just, definitely wasn't the same. The legs nowhere near as big. And in my opinion, the back, maybe the triceps not quite as big either. I mean, the size of the guy, he's probably 20, maybe less, 30 pounds lighter. Hard to say. 2003, what can I say, guys? He is the winner of this, but I don't really like to hand out losses to any version here. This was basically an interesting comparison when he retired and then his comeback. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Get your request in. Has to be first. That was your Friday fan request lineup. Hope you enjoyed it. It was an interesting one. Have a great weekend, guys.